you have a bigger perception of the world, and I really do believe that you only see what your perception sees. Like if you don't know that these people are starving and they don't have homes, you're not really informed about them. You don't really care. Like if you see them
Yeah.
on the street, you're just gonna ignore them.
With me here today is my one of my closest friends and one of my oldest friends, Mr. Gino Justo. What's up?
So how's it going?
What's up? So, can you tell us something about yourself? Who are you, bro?
Um, so yeah, basically you've been introduced. My name is Gino Justo. Um, I don't know what to say. I'm 21 years old. I am supposed to graduate this month, actually, but the Corona stuff happened, so that's not in the books right now. And I just finished my OJT. It was fun, and basically right now there's nothing for me to do. So trying to find something to do, trying to sell some stuff online, stuff like that. Um, yeah, because I can't really find a job right now. It's not in,
Yeah.
definitely not in my cards. It's not in my hands.
It's out of
People
everyone's
are
hands.
still trying to recover. Everyone can. It's crazy. But yeah, so I don't know what else to say. I guess that's it. That's me right now, in the moment.
So, Gino, what do you think of the phrase meaning of life? What does it mean for you?
Meaning of life. Well, it's kind of hard to say there's actually like a meaning to it. It's like asking someone like, "What is love?" Love is different for everyone, and same thing with life. Everyone has their own individual minds. Everyone has their own individual agendas, ideas, um, concepts, perceptions, and all that stuff. So the meaning of life is a um, very profound phrase. I would say it's something that I would say is very personal, but could help someone if you explain to them your meaning of life. It's like my perception of my meaning of life.
So, what's your perception, bro?
My perception, the meaning of life is, I would say, it's just living in the moment, and you know, you gotta think of the future, but don't stress on it. Like you need to have a plan, but you can't always think because stuff happens along the way, and stuff
For
that
real.
could affect your plan. And like right now, the coronavirus happened, so it affected everyone's plan basically for this whole fucking year. And stuff like this happens, some setbacks. It's part of life. That's basically it. Life is unpredictable. It's a crazy, scary roller coaster that goes up and down. And no matter what happens, you win or you learn. Like, you don't really lose because if you lose, you learn something new. And that's something new that you can improve on, something, you know, something that could develop you into someone better, develop your character, and all kinds of stuff. So the meaning of life is just keep on going. Like find something every single morning that can get you up in the morning, get you going, and no matter how hard life is right now, or no matter what you're going through, it's just you gotta find that something to keep on going. Because if you don't, life is gonna be boring. Life's gonna be, it's gonna be a hassle. It's not gonna be nice.
What's that something for you, Gino?
What's that something? I guess for me, it's just ambition. I've always lived my life with ambition, and it constantly changes in different parts of my life. And because we get achievements throughout our life, and I guess my ambition right now is just to prove myself to myself. Um, what I mean by that is, you know, I'm I've already worked overseas. Well, not really worked. It's more of a OJT program abroad.
Yeah.
But I was earning money, so I would say I worked abroad for like almost half a year. Got canceled because not really canceled. I got cut because of the coronavirus, and it was fun. It was kind of hard, and at the same time, there's a lot of challenges along the way. It was kind of hard to adjust at first, especially the culture in a new country, living off your own money. It's definitely a big change. And right now, the ambition is more of just like, yeah, proving myself to myself in a way that I know that I can do something with what I know. Not necessarily just, working in a restaurant or like working in a hotel because that's what I studied. It's
Yeah.
more of just like, I know my abilities and I know myself more than anyone else. And I want
Truth.
to do something within this year, at least. That's my goal. Within this year, to start making my own money again. And that's a goal of mine because, especially during high school and grade school, we kind of get used to asking money from our parents.
Allowance.
And they allowance. Yes, sir. And ayun, I just don't want to be, in that cycle again because we're adults now. Like, let's face it, we're all adults.
Yeah.
We're all adults now, and we have to find a way to make something, like make our own money. Like, we have our own mind. We know what's right and wrong. We have some sort of mind now for business, at least, even just a little bit. And I just want to, do something like something that's my own, something that's not financially supported by my parents. I would say something that's my own, something that's made by me, my own money, and that's what I felt like when I was earning my own money in the
Yeah.
States. And it felt good because I'm not bound to anything because this is my money. I decide what to do with it. If I want to go out, I can go out. If I want to spend my money, I can spend money. And I think that sort of freedom is amazing. But like they said in the Spider-Man comics, with great power comes great responsibility, and I really do believe that. And I
Yeah.
kind of
Same.
applied it somehow when I was there. When you have that money, it's like, oh, this is so cool. Like, I have no money. I can finally like buy all the shit that I want, but you can't really do that because at the same time, you gotta think of the other shit. You're paying rent and all that other stuff. You still have to, of course, groceries. You gotta buy food.
Yeah.
Um, there's a lot of stuff to think about. And yeah, with great power comes great responsibility. That's really one of the things that I would say I took away from that experience.
You talk a lot about you talked a lot about ambition. So what are you working towards, Gino? Like, is there anything specific that you're building yourself towards or that you're grinding uh to achieve or to execute?
Definitely, yeah. I mean, right now in this quarantine, one of my biggest goals is to learn something new, learn a new like skill, something like that. And after like a few weeks of being kind of bored, playing video games and all that, and I just decided I wanted to learn something new. And I think that something new for me would be video editing. I've always been interested in the multimedia arts um,
Yeah.
side of things. I've always been more of a traditional kind of artist. I love to draw, I love to sketch and all that stuff. And I've always been interested in the multimedia part of it. So I really am going to try to learn because also my cousin that lives here is a film student, so that could really help me out big time in trying to learn video editing. It's gonna be
Real.
great. Yeah, and but right now, what I'm really trying to do, the grind is, trying to um, be an online reseller, like trying to make my own money my way. It's a bit hard right now because not everyone really has money. to spend.
Yeah. Reselling what?
And that's the thing. I'm not really sure what I'm trying to resell. But yeah, my mom is reselling some air purifiers and like UV sanitation light stuff, which I've been trying to reach out to people, but my audience is kind of hard to sell that kind of stuff. My mom has
Mm-hmm.
an audience for it. She's great. Like she's already sold so many stuff. And for our audience, like people our age, like they're
Yeah.
not really that interested in that kind of stuff. And it's kind of hard. So I've been trying to find something you've been doing some research, um, and just trying to be more active on social media, seeing what people like, and that's what I've been trying to do. But in other endeavors, I'm also about to try and start streaming if my internet's good enough. if
If
that's
big
if that's an
if.
option. If big if, because my internet's very moody. Some days it's good, some days it's not really that good. So it
Yeah.
depends. But I really do want to.
So Gino, are you religious? Would you consider yourself a religious person? Like, do you believe in some higher being or some sort?
I definitely believe in higher being. I am a Catholic on paper,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't say I'm really like super religious. I don't really go to church every Sunday. I don't always pray before I eat a meal. Um, Sometimes I do pray before I sleep. Thank the Lord for my blessings and all that kind of stuff. Um, it's it's hard for me to like qualify um, if I really am religious in a way because I do thank the Lord for a lot of things, like not not necessarily praying, but I know I always thank the Lord for my blessings,
Yeah.
and I know when I'm blessed, and I know when I'm feeling down, and I just ask the Lord for some strength, and that really helps me, like personally. Might not be for everyone, but I wouldn't say I'm the most religious person in some aspects, but I do try to be. But I really still believe that being a good person in general is, it's the key. Like you don't really have to be a super religious person, go to church every Sunday just to prove that you're a good like Christian or you're a good Catholic or whatever you think
Yeah.
being religious might be. But I think it all just comes to being a good person, being kind, and trying to bring a little more positivity into the world because there's a lot of people that are very negative, very judgmental, and just trying to you know bring more light into the world, something like that.
Sometimes when I'm asked that question, I don't really know what to say, or because religion is complicated, right? And
Exactly.
beliefs, like human beliefs, are so diverse and complex that sometimes you can't really sum it up in a bunch
Yeah.
of words or a couple of sentences. And it's all an experience. Like religion becomes
Yeah.
more of
Yes.
something
Exactly.
that's hard to explain because it's a belief that is
Yeah.
somehow transcendent of every one of us, right?
Exactly. And I think it's like really more of a personal experience
Yeah,
because
definitely.
we all experience things in a different way. We all have different perspectives to everything. So not everyone experiences the same thing, especially when it comes to religion and especially to the biggest religions, like Catholicism, Christianity, and all that stuff. Uh, yeah, like everyone experiences it differently. And I would really say it's something very personal, spiritual, even. Uh, it's, yeah, it's very hard to sum it all up in just like a few sentences, what every religion is to you, because it's different for everyone.
Yeah. What's the most important lesson you've ever learned in your life, man?
Ah, most important lesson I've ever learned. I'm gonna quote this song. It's the quote is, there's no such thing in your life, no such thing than a life that's better than yours.
Oh,
Quoting some J Cole in there.
yeah.
Yeah, because
Like,
if you don't love what's in your life, you're really not going to enjoy life at all. Like you just have to accept whatever you have. And of course, there's gonna be those people that have better shit than you. Like there's always gonna be people who have more money, born into money, or just grinded better than you. They're just luckier than you maybe. And there's gonna be people that are always more fortunate. People who have better lives, people who have nicer cars maybe, or whatever you're into. And there's always gonna be those people. There's always someone that's above you, maybe. I don't know. But
Yeah.
you
Do you
should
think
never compare your life to others.
do you think luck plays a big uh aspect in how a person is successful? Like how big a part does luck play in that?
I would say it does play a part. I'm just not like completely sure how big of a role it plays because at the same time, there's a lot of those people that have been grinding for years and years, and people don't know them. But like there's just this one guy that discovers them. Like let's say like you're some sort of a musician, right? And you've been trying to release all this music on SoundCloud and maybe Spotify or other streaming platforms, and then
Yeah.
suddenly someone famous or like someone influential discovers you, and they're gonna reach out to you or maybe share your content, and that makes you really popular. Like say Post Malone. Like Post Malone just posted that one fucking song, and then I think it was Snoop Dogg or something. I forgot who it was, but there was this one really influential rapper that shared it on Twitter, and the next day it just blew up like crazy, and that's how Post Malone became super famous. So
I know a
he
song
got
yun.
lucky,
What song was
right?
that?
For real.
White
Um,
Iverson.
White Iverson, yeah, White Iverson. Yeah,
Yeah.
I watched the documentary on it. It was really cool. But yeah, I think it was like one. It was just literally one guy that shared it, and
Mm.
then it just blew up. It was crazy. But yeah, luck can play a big role, but it also depends because there are some people who are really charismatic, you know,
Yeah.
and they just have that aura with them that whoever they talk to or whoever like they interact with, they just they just get them. They just entice them right away, and they have their attention. And people have that to their advantage also. But I would say luck could play a big role, but it really depends on the circumstance,
Yeah.
I
I
guess.
mean, at times, like some people really just discount the successes of others due to luck, right? Like when someone's
Yeah,
successful, everyone just says like, "Oh, it's because
but
he's
it's
born
still
into this."
success.
Yeah, yeah. And even I don't know like how big a part luck plays. I know it plays a significant part. I don't know just if
Definitely.
can hard work trump luck if you have a lot of hard work but no luck, because there's a lot of people that are lucky, like just lucky,
Yeah.
but have zero amount of
Zero,
talent.
zero hard
Zero
work.
amount.
Yeah, zero talent.
But it
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
happens. It
I get what you
happens.
mean. Yeah, it
Yeah.
happens. It happens.
So
Yeah, there's definitely those people that were just born into it, born into money, and the money they have, they just I don't know. There's those people.
mm,
But like, I guess I would say like, no matter how you look at it, I mean,
yeah.
they still made something out of it. They still kind of made their own money in a way. So they're lucky that they had that money, but they still made something out of it. So I would say there's still some work put into it, but there are really those people that just have money for no reason at all. You
mm.
know, it's crazy.
What for you is one thing you think everyone else should know?
Something everyone should know. Um,
Something that
if
you think
they,
is like
I guess
lost.
something that's lost. Mm, I would say common sense. No, joke. I'm just kidding.
Too
um,
lost, too lost.
too lost. No, I would say something that everyone should know is to stay informed. I would say there's a lot of shit going on right now in the world, and I would say at least like 30 minutes or an hour to a day. Just spend some time reading about the world. It's nothing specific in particular, but like just being informed on what's going on around the world, because that really helps your perception, and I guess that also really helps for me personally to stick myself with the right people, like to be with the right crowd. Because if you're more informed about the world and you know what's going on, you know all the oppression that's going on around the world, you know all the bad stuff, you know all the good stuff that's also happening around the world, you would, you have that, you have a bigger perception of the world. And I really do believe that you only see what your perception sees. Like, if you don't know that these people are, starving and they don't have homes, you're not really informed about them. You don't really care. Like, if you see them
Yeah.
on the street, you're just gonna ignore them. But if you know about that, you're gonna be more concerned, and you're gonna give them food, or maybe try to help them through like a charity donation or something. And I really just think that being fully informed really helps. At least 30 minutes or an hour a day reading about something, about stuff that happens in the world. And one thing that's really important to me is, especially the Black Lives Matter movement that's happening right now.
Yeah, I wanted to hear your two
And
cents about it.
yeah, um, you know, everyone on the internet, everyone's talking about it. Black Lives Matter, because of the George Floyd incident. Rest in peace. Um, that's really great. Like, I love seeing all of the support, all of these big companies also showing support. And at the same time that that's happening, I also want to see, more of like people supporting, their own injustices in their own countries. Because it's not just the Black Lives movement that's happening right now. There's so much more oppression, so much more corruption that's happening all around the world. It's not just that. It's not just racism. There's so much more going on, like way, 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 so much more. And yeah, like even here in the Philippines, we're experiencing that every single day. It never really stops, and it's just kind of getting worse right now. Yeah, it just really helps to be informed. That's what I would say that people need to learn. Try to take some time off every day to just read something about the world.
Yeah. Well, how do you stay informed? Like, what do you do to stay informed? Do you like check news sites or social media?
um, yeah, most of the stuff that I get is through social media, because a lot of people are sharing stuff right now, articles and all that stuff. But apart from that, I also try to be proactive and do my own research.
Yeah.
Uh, if I'm feeling lazy, I go on YouTube and just watch like some videos about stuff that's going on. Maybe some
Conspiracy theories.
documentaries, conspiracy theories, stuff like that, maybe, and like political stuff also.
Yeah.
It depends. It depends, but it's also fun reading articles, because articles just have a really different feel to them. Because sometimes videos, documentaries could be very manipulative to just one side of the story, you know. And if you're
Yeah.
reading articles, you could read a lot more. Like, you're seeing more sides to it, and I think it really helps to be, trying to be informed using a lot of different media. It's a nice, like learning, brain stretching. I would say something like
Yeah. For sure. You really need to stretch your brain out to like sift
Oh
through
yeah,
all the shit, all the fake shit, all the fake
yeah,
news.
all the fake stuff, fake
So
news,
many
all
stuff. Even Facebook accounts are fake now.
that. Uh huh.
Damn.
It's crazy,
Uh
crazy shit going on.
yeah. So last one before we go. What do you think is your purpose in life, Gino? What would you consider to be your purpose?
My purpose.
Yeah.
Um, I would say my purpose in life is to just um, be a better person and try to make the people around you better people as well. I've been really focusing on, you know, like on some days you're not really feeling that well, and on those days I just really like to be alone and just focus on myself, my mental health, and just maybe meditate for like 10 minutes or something like that, and just what do you call this? You just like self-analyze, just keep analyze yourself, and I guess that really helps me analyze and understand people a bit better because
Mm.
like if you know your problems, you know how to solve your own problems, or even if you don't know how to solve your problems, at least you're aware of them. You're aware of what's happening in your mind. You kind of have that. You kind of have more intuition into what could possibly be going on in someone else's mind, and I guess that really helps me understand people better. I would say, not that I'm bragging. I'm just in my personal like intuition. I would say that I understand people a lot better on what they're going through. I've been through a lot of trauma as well, and especially if people are going through something, I just love to listen to them. I mean, it also hurts. Listen to them. It's
Yeah.
just that you kind of get like a little scoop of what's going on in their minds, and you also feel their pain. And I guess my purpose in life is to just try to help people. You know, I love just having long conversations with like my friends, even if like friends that I'm not really that close with. We just have that one really good conversation, and we become a lot closer just because of that. And that's what I live for. Like I love those moments. It's always those small things, those long late night talks, stuff like that. It's really just invigorating. That's the word. Really invigorating to just um, hear someone's story, hear someone maybe like pour their heart out, and also pour your heart out to them. And it's
Yeah.
an amazing feeling. It feels great. It's definitely something that I do live for. It's amazing.
And everyone has some kind of story. Like all lives
Yeah,
are like spider webs of different decisions and choices, and wherever we
yeah.
went through, whatever we did, all where we came from, like everything is
Everything
forms who
plays
we
into
are.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
everything plays into it.
yeah. It's like a video game where you have like a lot of choices, and every
Yeah.
choice affects what happens, right? And it's something like that. So like everything that happens in your life really affects what's happening in your life right now. All the
Mm.
small little decisions that you make, small mistakes that you make,
And
they
not
all
just
play
you, like
into character.
all the choices you make affects everyone else around you and
Everyone else, yeah,
everyone else. So it's like this interconnected web sphere, something
yeah,
incredibly
yeah.
deep.
Incredibly deep, yeah. Just like sharing one post maybe about like some mental health issue could really like ground someone right away. And you don't know that because
Yeah.
maybe they don't reach out to you, maybe they do, but you wouldn't know that, and you could have changed someone's life just by sharing something. You know, it's crazy. It's a crazy life.
And when you post a meme, you can like make someone's day.
Make someone say, yeah, simple
Or
as
have
that.
someone
Simple
sue you for for
for sharing a
copyright.
meme, copyright.
Tanda mo ba
Oh,
yun? Yung nag-message sa Pinocchio Production.
yeah, yung galing sa Twitter.
Sabi,
So,
gonna take legal action because of your meme. Inisip ko,
oh
can
my
you
god,
read what you just sent me one more time? Eh,
it's a meme, bro.
it's a fucking meme. Uh, Shit, thanks, man. So, before we leave, like, do you have anything to plug or anything you wish to um, just insert?
Anything to insert right off the bat? Um, watch out! Like I'm gonna stream soon, so
Where?
heads up for that. I might be streaming either on Twitch or YouTube, but I'm leaning more towards YouTube because
Yeah.
not everyone has Twitch. You know, not everyone's willing to make a Twitch account just to watch me,
Hmm.
and I
And
know that.
everyone has
But
YouTube. Yeah.
everyone has YouTube. Everyone's watching YouTube. Everyone who has Facebook probably has YouTube. So might as well get more views on YouTube. So watch out. Like you're gonna see me soon playing some games, and you're gonna know how I felt, or maybe not as much.
All right, Gino. Thank you for taking the time. Hope you're safe there. Stay safe and God bless, man.
All right, man. Thank you. Thank
Take
you.
care.
God
Take
bless.
care.
See
All
you
right.
soon again, dude.
See you soon. Hopefully. Ingat.
All right.